10,
They need to bring back the
11, and 12.
Seawolves.
Bro,
That was so much fun. Just going to Coliseum.
They need to bring back the Fire Dogs. Maybe we should start.
One word from actually they need to bring back not the Seawolves. Who was the team before that?
I don't remember before the Seawolves.
I think it was Roger Maxwell. Do y'all remember that?
Yeah, Roger Maxwell. Duh,
Dude
that was Seawolves. That was
beat you
Seawolves.
to sleep, bro.
Yeah, he was my favorite. He would beat up any, and whenever he went in, you knew that the fight was about to go down.
That's what he was there for,
That's
bro.
all he. All right, hey, welcome back to another episode of Kathy and Susie's Kids with Jourdan and Matthew. This is Matthew Brooks and
Jourdan.
And we have got Mr. Donnie Handler as our guest tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, for you who do not know Mr. Donnie Handler, and we are going to kind of dig into the past, so you will know. Just sit tight. Donnie, why don't you tell us where you're from, man? Where you born? Where'd you grow up?
Man, I'm an old school point boy from Biloxi that was born on Oak Street and 8th Street, bro.
Oh, nice. So my mom's from down that way.
From the Point.
Lee Bakeries is over there.
D'Iberville transfer. I got to stay on both sides of the fence with this guy.
Oh, yeah. They say North Biloxi. They used to say North Biloxi. They didn't even say D'Iberville. Whenever, like, my mom, she wouldn't even say. She would always say North Biloxi. And I'm like, I'm in D'Iberville. She's like, no.
My Biloxi peeps would get pissed, but don't mention D'Iberville. You know, that's where I'm not playing ball. And my D-ville people get pissed, but
they can't make them all happy, man.
Well, hey, brother.
But they know if they know you, then they're proud of you. That's for sure.
I appreciate that.
Well, what year did you graduate?
91, man.
91.
I'm old, brother.
Many moons ago. How old are you? So that's what you do the math.
I will actually be 49 on February 28th.
Did you look good for 49?
Yeah,
man. Thanks,
and I know you stay in shape because I see you working out with my boy Chad Radich over there at y'all's gym, man, doing this CrossFit in and out. And are you the oldest one there?
Well, you see my hat. It says Old Man Strength.
Old Man Strength.
And dude actually got me a shirt made with the Cricket Letter logo on the back of the shirt. It actually says Old Man Strength.
That's what's up. So they do have nicknames for you. Because I know, because he was Kakarot? That's the Piccolo from Dragon Ball Z. There's nicknames over there. So what is yours, Old Man, or do they have another nickname for you? Or
mine is actually Old Man Strength.
Okay.
100%. Yeah.
Dude, I love it.
Yeah.
But you are definitely.
What's Brandon Bailey's?
I need to check his. I forgot what his was.
Come on, what?
I don't.
I'm trying to dive right in,
bro. We got.
He's been working.
He's a good dude, bro. I'm like, dude, he busts his ass in the gym, dude. He's a really good dude. And but we got, man, I think Chad's over 200 something members, man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Well,
he's grown.
I was the best man at Brandon's wedding.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
So he's been grinding. But yeah, Chad went to school with me and Matt. I mean, I remember when Chad used to have his little Civic, his old all white car. I mean, like him and his wife have been together since we were kids.
Yeah, they got together in high school.
We're in 2020, bro, 21, and he still has an all white car.
I know what I'm saying. He was real big in that, but like they were together, what?
Yeah,
15,
like 8th grade,
14,
8th grade, 9th grade.
And we, he
used to ball out in basketball. Does he still ever get out there and hoop with y'all, or show y'all, make y'all do any shots or anything? Or?
We've never done it, bro.
Man,
but I'd love to do it.
That kid could play some basketball.
I'd have to go old school in his ass.
Yeah.
So 200 members over there.
Oh, at least, man.
So you're bitten by that CrossFit bug.
It bit me pretty hard, dude. It's it started. Paul Lacoste. I'll give him a shout out, and I'll give my sister a shout out. Guys, I was 331 pounds 8 years ago, and I was depressed, and we'll talk about that. I was in a bad way.
Yeah, you just showed us a picture of it. We're going to get that picture from you and put it on here for everybody to see.
I hear you. Well, I was in a bad way at that time. Some things happened personally, and man, I just went to crap, man. And this Paul Lacoste, my sister, it was at EFIT, which is EFIT's closed now, and they started a boot camp, dude. And my sister was like, man, you need to get in. You need to get in it. And man, I was on high blood pressure medicine. I had Lasix in my blood pressure medicine to keep water.
That's blood thinner, right?
To keep fluid off your heart.
Okay.
What? Things like that. Yeah, I was a big boy. I was a 46 waist.
Did you eat a lot of like fast food?
Yeah.
What was your favorite?
Yeah.
I couldn't wait for them freaking McDonald's McRibs.
I ate so many during the holidays. I'm sorry. Dude. I was eating. Could you get the dollar?
Do you ever cheat and go back and get them? No?
I'd get two McRibs, bro. I remember they used to have the supersized fries.
Yeah.
And a supersized drink.
You know what I'm mad about with McDonald's is when in the 90s and 2000s the fries were so much better.
Yeah,
we need to talk about that's a real thing. They're not the same.
They downsized and probably started getting the shipments from somebody else.
McRib, you hit it because that's like
Yeah.
And then plus they go for the $1. You get the extra McRib for another, like just $1.
Yeah, $1. I
That's
scraped
a
the
deal.
onion.
Why not?
No, I'd scrape them onions off, bro, because them onions never cooked, bro. I'd scrape
they're
them
not.
onions.
So for you, like to get that big of weight, did you ate all the time? Were you a night eater? Did you spend a lot of time eating before bed? Like just.
I've always been. My job has always been on the road. Before I was a regional manager for a parts distributor, and dude, I was always on the road. I leave on Sunday and wouldn't probably get back home until Thursday.
And I know that life. It's like run and go, and you just gas station food and
run through McDonald's,
It's
bro.
cheap,
Run through Barney's,
quick.
cheap. Get it, go, and let's get it on. And dude, it was Oreos. I remember freaking double stuffed Oreos.
Oh my God, those are the only Oreos.
Whoever took their come on.
Who
You
eats
never took your
regular
finger and
Oreos?
did this, bro, and grabbed a whole thing of like
I ate them by the sleeve at a
the
time.
5 sleeve. Yeah, come on, man.
No, I'm with you on that
But
all
no,
day.
to get back on it, like Paul Lacoste, I'll give him a little shout out. I still look up to him right now. He's one of my heroes. He did a boot camp at EFIT, and man, changed my life. I was in a bad way, not just from the weight loss, but just knowing I can lead. This guy was a Hall of Famer from Mississippi State.
Okay.
And he's been through a lot of personal tragedies too. I mean, he was on his way to go watch his brother play. His brother was a star Mississippi State player, was killed in an accident on the way to the game to go watch him play. Damn. And he's got a lot of personal things that that we kind of was eye to eye on, man, and that we just hit place. And it was kind of like the Biggest Loser. And dude, when I get involved, when I'm in something, you guys may see it. When I
see it.
dude,
You're all in.
I'm in it, Brian.
That's how we are too on certain things.
I know, and y'all are, and y'all do a great job. Everything you do, it's a passion.
It is. I mean, you either got it or you don't got it.
Dude, I promise you, I can show you a text on my phone today, man. I got a pretty good job today for for the company I work with, and my boss he says, man, if you only had just a little bit more passion, he's laughing at me.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah, but anyway, he man, it was kind of like The Biggest Loser. It was a program the way you did for 3 months, and in 3 months I lost 57 pounds.
That's incredible.
I loved it so much I decided to do it again. Lost 43. So in 6 months I lost 100 pounds.
Damn.
I went from 330 to pretty much 230.
How much money did you have to go spend on new clothes?
A shit ton.
A lot.
Thank God. In between. Thank God for the American Thrift Store.
Hell yeah.
And Goodwill. And Burke's freaking Outlet. I'll give them a little shout.
we
Thank God, bro.
This is $3 thrift store right here, I think.
Yeah, I mean, in between stuff, dude. But then that went away, and somebody taught me, man, you need to try CrossFit, man. And I said, okay, I'll try it. I said, man, I'm too old for this, man. And there's things like that. Well, I got into it, man, and got passionate about it too. I started at another gym before I started with Chad and them.
Okay.
I was at another gym for about 4 or 5 years, and it just Chad was kind of, hey, dude, because in CrossFit you have different levels. You have what they call a scaled RX, and then you have masters. Well, me and my age, masters, I compete in 45 and year. So I actually compete against 40 guys that are 45 years and older.
It feels good to beat them, doesn't it?
It feels really good.
That's
It
what my dad
actually
always
feels
says.
even better to beat some 21-year-olds. So I can tell you that now. But anyway, it started from there, man. And I got hooked on it, man, and I freaking love it. It's changed my life. It's made me healthier. I feel like with my son, little Donnie. I'm fixing to be 50. He's going on 12. I can go out there and run him, catch the ball, throw at him, chase him, whatever we want to do, brother, and live.
There ain't nothing stopping you from doing that. And you got that competitive nature that breeds success. I mean, you played ball growing up. You mentioned it earlier. You played ball in high school.
A little bit.
You played a little bit after high school too, huh?
Yeah.
So whenever you take, that passion and that mindset that you have to have in order to be successful at football, and you apply it towards the CrossFit, there's only one gear that you know.
That's it.
And that's why I'm scared of doing anything like that, because that's the same gear I know. I know once I jump in, I'm just like, you fat piece of shit.
Your body will tell you, dude. And honestly, your body will tell you. Don't ever be scared, brother.
Oh, I am.
No.
I am.
Don't ever let it be nervous. It'll change your life.
So take us from high school. You graduated. You said 91. Then you went and played some ball elsewhere. Tell us about
I went
this.
to play a little ball. Got a chance to be a long snapper. I was supposed to go in the Navy. Decided not. My boy Mike Reed, that's in Neptune with us. I don't know if you know Mike Reed or not. We were going to go in the buddy program for the Navy. And well,
So what does that consist of?
yeah, well,
Well, a buddy system in the Navy.
yeah, well,
What is
man,
this?
I didn't know, and I had people pushing me and things like that, and make a long story short, we.
I just don't know.
I ended up got- yeah, I
Somebody
ended up-
marketed that though. Somebody. Sorry, Matt. Somebody.
Take a buddy.
Yeah, somebody
Take a
said
buddy.
we
Take a
got
buddy
a great
with-
campaign, Navy buddy system.
Yes.
Bring a buddy.
Hey, bring a friend, and all it was, man, is you get to go to boot camp, go through boot camp. Dude.
Yeah.
Well,
Come out like hating each other.
yeah.
Well, good thing that didn't work out.
Yeah. Well, and kind of, yeah, and I see it sometimes both ways. Because I got a cousin of mine that went in when he was 18 and retired at 38, and now he flies with the Golden Knights and everything. So he's
Pretty badass.
Oh yeah, and he's civil service. He retired, and anyway, but no, I decided to go ahead and play. I got a little scholarship, and did that, and man, enjoyed it. Got through playing a little ball after high school, and they had you guys might remember a little bit about we used to have a little arena team down here.
Fire Dogs.
Fire Dogs.
Oh yeah, man. I used to
Anyway.
go to all the games. If I
Yeah.
saw you playing out
Look,
there.
George's like, dude, I'm really young. I don't remember.
No,
You
I
remember
did,
the Fire Dogs. There's
yeah,
no way you don't.
Yeah, I remember Fire Dogs.
John
Yeah.
Forcade.
Yes, John. Me and John's really good friends.
So
Hold on, didn't they have like that Mustang? Like, what was the bar they had over there too? There was a Fire Dog.
there
bar
was a
too.
Fire Dog bar.
This
Yeah.
Fire Dog bar that was in Bay St. Louis.
I know, but I'm saying they did have that.
The
My
parties-
cousin Tara, my cousin Tara, her husband played. I think, I believe it or not, Jason. I can't pronounce his last name. His brother's a captain on a boat. It starts with an M.
But
I
then
don't
we moved on. Then we had the Hurricanes.
So what did they? Yeah, how much were you making as a semi-pro in the arena?
Shit.
You were losing money going in there to play.
Losing money.
But it's for the passion.
Doing this right here. Doing this right here. Yeah, I think I remember him. Yeah. And Brad Hignite. Brad Hignite's a Biloxi boy.
Okay.
I'll give a little Brad a little. He knows. And my boy Conrad Hamill, he's from Dialville and played. And I'll send y'all an old picture. But we moved on from there, and then I heard about this outdoor semi-pro football team called the Hurricanes and the Pirates. And I was like, man, I'm gonna go try out. My daughter's 1 year; she's 1, and I told my wife, I said, man, I'm gonna go try out.
And how old were you during this?
I was 30. Let's see, I'm 40. I'm giving away 48 now.
Yeah.
I was 30.
So you're 4 years younger than me.
So not only was I oldest in the gym now, I was the oldest at tryouts at 30 years old.
Shut up.
There's no doubt.
At 30?
At 30.
And that still seems young to me because I'm
No.
older than that now, I
No.
guess. I mean, you see the
So-
NFL, you got people that are playing into their, 35, 36.
No, man, it was 30, and I'm out here with guys. I want to play because I love the game so much. I love it.
Oh, there's no doubt.
I'm a nice guy. It's crazy. I feel like I'm definitely a big-hearted guy, and I love cutting up with you guys and stuff, and everybody off the field. But dude, it's something about when I put that helmet on.
Unleash the beast.
Something triggers, dude. I don't know. I want to
Right.
knock.
It's
I'm
like-
ready to knock
it's like
somebody.
your
I'm
CrossFit.
gonna knock somebody out.
It's like your
Yeah, yeah,
CrossFit.
yeah.
It's like your addiction.
Yeah, yeah.
It's- Get that
But-
runner's high kind of thing.
But I played, got to play with the Pirates. Man, we went all over the place. We won won a championship, and then we was on our way to win another championship for Katrina, and that bitch hit. And we were undefeated. We was beating people 70, 60 something to nothing.
And
dude.
did y'all, and back in the days where y'all, it was a career? I mean, or did y'all like a part-time volunteers? Like when y'all played, how did it work out? Like was there pay?
No, we wasn't paid nothing. You played. What you had is you had a bunch of young guys.
Uh-huh.
We had the Dumas brothers from Gaucher. We had several young guys that played out of high school, played at college, maybe couldn't get the grades or things like that. That was trying to make it to the next level.
Right.
And even at 30, and I can send you. Even at 30, for a long snapper and snapper, I actually got invited to go to a compound, and I made the all-star team for the SAFL.
Hell yeah.
And which was cool, but I was playing to play, man. I was playing
Right.
because I love the game and trying to get more experience. But some of these guys were trying to make it to the next level. I mean, these dudes. I remember before the time. We played for free. Everybody had full-time jobs. We practiced 3 nights a week. Then we practiced one. Then we played on Saturdays. And man, before the games, these young guys, they were actually get a pot to see who can knock somebody out before the game. I mean, this is what's in no high school, college. These are guys that are honestly trying to be seen and
Right.
go
Turn
somewhere
heads.
and go somewhere else.
And that's the last line. honestly, really.
That's it.
Yeah,
That was
that,
it,
and
man.
There's not playing anymore.
They
That
had
was
scouts
it.
out there and everything, like just.
Yeah, we did. We played all over, man. My daughter, like I said, my daughter's one year. I can look back right now and remember my wife pushing my daughter down the sidelines in a stroller. And y'all remember y'all probably know one dude I'm going to throw out with you, Chris Succo.
Mm-mm.
Okay, Chris Succo. Y'all remember the movie Ole, Ole, Ole? Yeah.
The replacements.
Well, when you come when it's semi-pro football, dude, when you don't
Everybody's
get paid,
like that.
you got dudes smoking cigarettes on the sidelines, bro,
Yeah.
and it's just like, and that's the way it was. I mean, and I'm looking at Chris Succo, like, and he knows, and we got a couple of guys, Ricky Laurie, and a bunch of guys I played with. Man, we still. A lot of guys I consider my brothers. When you're a player, it doesn't matter if it's baseball, football,
any team,
dude. These are your brothers.
Yeah,
Man.
anytime you go through blood, sweat, and tears, and
Yeah.
days in and day out of training with somebody,
And you take all political views,
anything aside, and you can see him.
everything
You can
out.
not see him for 100 years, and then run into him again. It's
we're thinking about having a reunion, dude. And I'll send you.
y'all
One day
should,
we
and do a football game where y'all.
I mean,
I would love, I know you had Joey Cates. I'll call that dude out right
let's
now.
hear it. Let's call him
I
out.
know you had Joey Cates on here. The night before last or something like that. We used to have a D'Iberville St. Martin alumni football game, dude, where it was full dressed out in gear.
my dad played in that.
I'm
full
so glad
dressed
they don't
out.
have that anymore.
No bullshit. I want to have it.
Dude,
I want to have it.
why
I
did you
want.
hurt
Did you go
No,
watch it? Did you
no.
watch it?
I would go watch it. I don't
Y'all
know
would
if I want
video
to
it.
play in it.
Yeah,
I would video it.
So hey, what I'm saying, I'll call coach from my D'Iberville coach. You want to talk about a fundraiser? Let's put the black and gold on and the blue and yellow, and let's get down one
That
more
would
time.
be fun.
Yeah,
That would be fun to broadcast.
I doubt they would do
I
that
wouldn't
now,
want to
though.
hit. Yeah,
I don't know.
insurance is too. I would
so many
sign a
rules
waiver,
now.
man.
I mean, you work out. So if somebody was like, Matt Brooks, run from point A to point B as fast as you can,
yeah.
I'm probably pulling something. And it's probably not going to be very fast. It's probably going to be
Yeah.
very slow and sloppy. And I like to think that's a lot of the people that I knew. And
Yeah.
I couldn't even tell you where half the guys are that I played ball with. Like, honestly, they're all dispersed out, and half of them are dead now.
Charles Saller's around.
Charles Saller's right. He's probably still a stud.
Yeah.
He's-
Well, man, I can probably tell you every guy probably from Pee Wee football, from the Jets.
I remember the names. I just don't know where
Yeah.
they
Do you
are.
have all your old
Junior.
jerseys and stuff?
I got all my old jerseys, man. I actually even wore my little ring when we won the championship when I was with the
Hell yeah.
Pirates. I
Hell
like
yeah.
it, dude.
Show the
Because I'm
camera
proud
that
of
thing.
it.
Show the camera that thing. Listen, this is a championship ring right here.
Oh, snap.
All right, so
Okay.
you were able to kind of extend your
Yeah.
playing days, and then you took your skill set from that, and now you did some coaching too after you hung up the cleats, right? Where'd you coach at?
I coached at North Woolmarket with Joey Cates and Brad Pickett, and man, it was a good experience. I can remember the first day. It was a volunteer basis. I actually took I had to get certified. I
Right.
took my own. The passion I wanted, about the game is that I had to get certified through the state. I took the own money in my pocket to get certified so I can teach these kids.
And that says a lot because they need that first base layer of education to go to the next level.
Well, and the more we talk about it tonight, you'll understand why. Because my coaches, and I may get a little emotional sometimes. I'm not going to cry on your show, but dude, a lot of my coaches were my dads.
Yeah.
Were my second dads, 100%. And there's a lot of kids that I felt like, and I hope that I could touch and let them know that, hey, we're here for you, and I'm here to help you, man.
Right.
If you need somebody, because, man,
They don't have
unfortunately,
nobody, man. It's sad.
exactly. It's unbelievable how many kids is today, right now, you look around, they don't have a father figure in their life, dude.
It's true.
And
We
they,
had,
and they need
Kevin
it, bro.
McMahon was on here not too long ago telling us about he coaches soccer. And the MLS, I thought this was amazing. I didn't know this. The MLS is actually taking precautionary measures or whatever to make sure that soccer grows in America.
Yeah.
And they're setting up these coaching schools throughout the coastline, all the way around, the United States, and they're paying for people to get grants to go to these classes, and it teaches them how to be a better coach. And you get a stamp or a degree, a certification saying, okay, you are this level of a coach.
Yeah.
And that's, I guess, you want your kids to play on that team because that person's educated. It's not just like the guy that's out there just, go here, run there, don't talk to me kind of thing, which you've seen that. We've all seen that.
Yeah.
Or the volunteer dad that doesn't know anything. So, I mean, these kids are actually getting good back source of the sport they're trying to play.
I will say, though, with the parent coaching, and this is always, we talked about me and you doing it and stuff, but I helped with James Bennett over there at St. Martin, his first year of doing like minis when I was dating a girl who had two kids, kind of my little boy at the time, he played quarterback, and James took over the lead, and then he asked me to assistant coach. And I tell you one thing that I don't appreciate though, and that's like I'm glad they're doing these classes, is you have some people that are really know how to talk, and then you have the dads that never got to play that want to play through their kids.
Yeah,
and
you see that,
and you're
that's what I'm not a fan of.
Yeah, and that was a big thing over there. And I was like, I told him, I said, we went in a meeting, and I'm like, and it's just more about like trading cards. They're treating these kids like cards, and I feel like I think everybody does need coaching. I think you need to go to a school.
Who can get the loaded team so we can get in first place?
Absolutely.
That's not coaching.
I remember my first year doing it.
Sorry,
I did some whenever I came back from college, and we did the draft. And I got to go watch these kids, and like they're running the 40, and they're hitting the bags, and they're driving the sled. And I think we did like 10 and 11-year-olds, or 9 and 10-year-olds, something like that. It wasn't the oldest. It was 9 and 10.
Well, that'd be the minors, huh?
And in this, I'm like, oh, this is like Madden. This is just like playing Madden. And I'm building my team. Like I'm building my team in Madden. And that kid just ran fast. So I want him on my team. And I didn't know any of these kids. I didn't have a kid.
Yeah.
I was just out there out of my pure heart, like wanting to educate him and wanting St. Martin to be better at some point. So like I commend you for that stuff. I think I told you earlier, man, you're a hero. I look up to you in a lot of ways. So anytime you take your time, your effort, your money in this situation and to apply it to give back, I commend that. So hats off to you, sir. This nice hat that I do have.
That's what I'm talking about. Hey, it's hard to stop a train.
That's right.
Let's talk about, you still train.
Let's talk about what you do right now. So, air conditioning is probably one of my favorite things on the world, right? And the earth.
Man, I got an opportunity, and I can go back. We talked about, what I used to do, when I ran and was eating the Big Macs and all that stuff. But before, if you don't mind, we talk about my son, little Donnie.
Yeah.
And, when he was, he was born with his heart and did different things like that. And we'll get on that. Anyway, with this company, Butcher Distributors, 12 years ago, it's hard to believe, 12 years ago for me, and approached me about, hey, man, look, we want to we like for you to come work for us. And, I went through several interviews. And anything I do, man, I'm very passionate. I'm not a guy that likes to – I don't like a whole lot of change.
Right. Most men don't.
Especially when it comes to work and jobs. And but make a long story short, they offered me a job, man, with them to sell. We're a distributor for Train. Throw a little shout out there.
Nothing runs like a train.
This dude. But anyway, and at the time, little Donnie was born. And he just had open heart surgery.
Right.
And, we can, talk about that. But and I actually turned the job down. I turned the job down because everything was pre-existing. Before anything pre-existing, you can have
covered.
Couldn't be covered.
Yeah, you covered on your insurance. That's where I could.
And look, man, make a long story short, the company, and I'll give him a shout because I'm gonna share this with him. And they
better give him a shout. He gave us hats.
Yeah, he gave us that. They came back with me, man, about a week later, and I like I told them. You might want to turn it off.
Jourdan.
What's up, bro? Anyway, but I couldn't afford to pay the Cobra dude for 90 days with him.
Oh, hell no.
He wasn't even in 3 to 4 months of having open heart surgery, and the company came to me and was like, "Look, dude, here's this. We'll take care of your Cobra for 90 days. We'll pay it in full until you."
That's awesome. That's a God thing, bro.
Until it kicks in here, and dude. I've never in my life had anybody go out of my way to do. I've had a lot of people do a lot of things for us, and especially in the community. But when you do that, and it's like these people really, really look at something.
It makes sense.
It makes sense, and I'm like done. And then, dude, it's passionate. It's crazy. Is that I went from a small area and. I pretty much cover. I'm a territory manager, by the way, and I cover from Laurel, Mississippi. I have Laurel, Hattiesburg, which I get my USM tickets every year.
Ooh, Southern Miss
to the top, baby. And I cover all the way to Leakesville and things like that. But it's crazy that I built a relationship. In business, everything's about relationships.
It is, man. And my industry is too. And even in the podcast world, it's about relationships.
Went from the territory I got to where I actually have, we call them dealers, train dealers, contractors,
right.
Like a builder.
Okay.
And I currently have 3 of my guys that actually joined, Neptune because of relationships, man. And that's what it's all about. And these guys, In your business, the way I am is my customers are family, man.
Yeah, no, absolutely, they have to be,
and they have to be.
They have to be.
Where's
I don't
y'all's
even want you as a customer if you're not. Gonna be, if you're not.
Where's your
willing to
office
take it as
located?
family.
I actually blessed left. We're working on my house, but we have a office off of Seaway, off of White Road.
I've seen it over there.
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, we're right off of White Road.
So let's go back a little bit. I know you talked about little Donnie, and one thing that I've gotten to know you through, and that is Neptune. You kind of just touched on that too. So tell us about the Tom Wall golf tournament and the first year that you kind of took over. It was all to raise money towards the Mended Hearts, right?
Yeah.
Tell the fans what the Mended Hearts is, why it's so important to you, and what we're doing currently to try to get back.
Well, I'm a share a lot of some things that you guys I've never went and talked to a lot, and it kind of helps me.
Yeah, let's do it.
I promise you, I never cry.
We're here on here.
I
If you
wouldn't
need,
cry.
if you need a shoulder, bro, I'm here
I
for
probably
you.
got tissue over there.
So look, here's this is why I do what I do, and I love my community so much. My wife was actually pregnant for twins when Katrina hit. I'm talking pregnant, dude. And anyway, we end up losing the twin boys, and I actually have. I don't want to take off my shoes and socks. Off their death certificates, I actually had their tattoos, their death certificates, their footprints off their death certificates tattooed on each one of my foot. And I'll tell everybody, my boys are always walking with me.
Always.
Yeah.
Always walking.
That's what's
man.
up.
When I'm sitting right here, they're with me, man. They're on my feet. But then we got past that. That's when I got my heaviest. I got depressed, dude. I was mad at the world. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I just kind of shut out, and it was bad. And we was in the process of Katrina. We lost our house. We trying to build the house. I went through. It's funny. I went through 3 sheet rockers on my house that we sold, but the one we was building. I had one guy that showed up drunk, and he kind of got P-laid. Old school boys know what that means, right off the front porch. Yeah. And I had to have another one. Yeah. But anyway, so we got past that, and I got really, really in bad shape. Not as far as any kind of abuse of anything like that, just as far as I didn't care. I was mad and I always asked
Which
why.
sometimes is worse than abuse.
Yeah, why? I didn't go to drinking. I didn't do any of that kind of stuff, and it's just I just got severely overweight and got lazy.
That's just as bad as drinking.
It can be.
Food is dangerous.
Yeah, it's very dangerous. But then we waited for a little while. We got the house built and things like that, and we ended up having had a little Donnie. And little Donnie was born, man. No problems the entire time. We was at, my wife went to the hospital, Biloxi Regional, had him pregnant. My little brother was getting married the same day that we had him.
That's crazy.
And, August 20, right the day before Katrina. He was born on August 28th. And anyway, so we had him. So 2 hours later after he was born, I had to hurry up and get my trucks and all that because I was in my little brother's wedding. My wife's at the hospital. And my phone's blowing up, dude, in my back pocket while I'm standing at the altar. And I'm like, what's going on? So as soon as, everything got passed, it's my wife. You need to come to the hospital. I'm like, man, what now? So I go to the hospital, and they found a heart murmur in little Donnie. And, man, I was just like, man, it hit me.
Crushed.
I'm crushed again. I'm like, man, again, really? He's here, man. And, well, anyway, they went through and they taught us baby CPR before we can even bring him home, and told him at 3 months old he's going to have full-blown open heart surgery at Tulane. And, at 2.5, they said when you bring him home, he may have blue baby syndrome, things like that. He may, we want you to be prepared. Be prepared with CPR and things like that. I'm like, okay. So anyway, we, 2.5 months old, everything they told us to be prepared for didn't happen. And, man, I'm telling you,
the big man.
Sometimes, yes, thank God. Well, at 2.5 months old, instead of 3 months, we ended up having open heart surgery. And we go to Tulane, and we at Tulane, and he went in on a Wednesday. Dude, he was back there 14 hours. Hardest day of my life. I shut everybody out. Couldn't talk to anybody. My godfather was there. Man, I had family there. And by the way, thanks Potter and Jerry Delahousey, by the way. I don't know if you know Fuji or not, but anyway,
I don't.
Give him a
I know some Delahouseys.
But he sat right there beside me, him and my wife and some other family members. And I told his heart doctor, I said, I was a big boy. I was 330 pounds, by the way. I told his heart doctor, I said, when I see my baby come out of there after 14 hours, I'm picking you up and I'm throwing you on my shoulder and I'm running you across this entire hospital. He thought I was crazy.
Yeah.
And I think his last name was a Yang. Anyway, I got to see my son, and here he comes. He thought I was shitting him. So I grabbed this dude. No, sir. I threw him over my shoulder and we ran an entire hospital.
Victory lap.
So anyway,
That's kind of cool.
that was on Wednesday. Now I want you to remember, he had full blown open heart surgery on Wednesday where they put him on a machine and everything. They literally took his heart out of his chest and they patched it. He had 4 holes in his heart, and he had a valve that wasn't developed. He had tetralogy of flow. And so that was on Wednesday. The following Sunday, we were home. We're not talking.
That's a miracle.
5 days.
Sure.
So I had a lot of people help me. Scott Goslin, Sean Cook, Mike Reed, some of these guys you may know, a lot of local guys.
Okay.
My wife couldn't work for a year and a half. So anyway, a lot of people in the community helped us. And we had a big fish fry because, man, out of pocket, you won't know.
My dad had cancer whenever I was like 5. So
bro, even with insurance, we talking about a house note, dude. And
Yeah.
So, but anyway, they helped us out, and we got that. They have a big benefit. Well, I told my wife, I promised my wife, I said, look, when he gets to where we can do something, and Men of Little Hearts reached out to us. They said, whatever y'all need, we'll help you out.
This was back then during the surgery.
This was back then in surgery. They helped us with food. They helped us to get some gas cards. Whatever they can do, because Sherry was out of work for a year. And everything went fine. And I think I was more worried about him than I was protective. I didn't want nobody to touch him and do things like that. We couldn't pick him up under his arms because his little chest was split all the way. You had to actually cradle him.
All right.
But after the year and a half after surgery, I told my wife, I said, I'm going to start a golf tournament. I said, this is where it starts. I said, I want to give back to what everybody did to us. And, man, I started the first year I had that golf tournament, before I even got involved with Neptune, I think I had 10 teams. And, man, it grew the following year. Then Greg Aguiteris. Greg
is great. I love Greg.
Me and that dude has been friends ever since.
That makes sense.
Yeah, y'all probably see it. We was friends ever since I was a toddler, dude. And he says, dude, you need to take your golf tournament and put it with us, and we want to put you as the golf tournament chairman. I said, I'm in, dude. Whatever it can do to help the community, help the kids, I'm in. So that's where we Mr. Tom Wall.
Yep.
We already had a Tom Wall Classic because Mr. Tom Wall, city councilman for Biloxi, he passed away, and it's still in remembrance of Mr. Tom Wall. And we combined that and with like the Men of Little Hearts, man, and you guys see it now.
Dude, you knocked it out of the park. How much money? Y'all raising what? How much is on average? Just
20
grand.
20 grand.
That feels good. So we do some volunteer stuff. Jourdan and I do the pink dress run, and then we do the holographs, and there's nothing better than impacting people's lives in a positive way.
100%.
It's very gratifying.
It's tiring.
It's very tiring.
That golf tournament, dude, last year we had 58 4-man teams.
Yeah.
That is huge. That's one of the biggest tournaments on the coast.
One of them.
Yeah.
I would have to agree with that.
And
will you ever get with the Slavic?
No.
There's no way. And honestly,
how many people are in the Slavic?
Yeah, you don't want
bro,
that.
I don't want the Slavic, dude. They can have that. Yeah, I mean.
But so little Donnie, so I know little Donnie. I've met little Donnie. We hang out. This kid is full of the pizzazz and energy that you have. He
dances a lot.
Dude, all right, first time I met him was the first time I've gotten to know you, and I was golfing in this tournament, and you come over and you're like, hey, man, can I hit a ball? And I was like, no, you're going to hit a ball. And then you whacked one down the middle of the fairway, and then little Donnie was there, can I hit one too? And I was like, absolutely. And this little boy puts one on the tee and just cranks it right on down the fairway, and I'm like, oh, shit, he's better than me.
Dude, he's he's one of my little hero, and even my daughter, man, she graduates from D'Iberville this year, and she's missed a lot of things. She's seen a lot of things in her younger age, from us living in a trailer and us losing the twins, and she's been a big help to us. But dude, she's a sweetheart, and I never want to take anything away from her and overshadow what he's been through with her. But but little Donnie, he, believe it or not, man, it's crazy. He'll actually be in 7th grade next year.
You getting old, man.
Yeah,
you said it yourself earlier.
He'll be in 7th grade, and I got my daughter's graduating from D'Iberville, and it looks like we're possibly going to Southern or South Alabama. We'll see. But
you better hope Southern. No, South waived those out-of-state tuitions for Biloxi, I think.
Well, she's trying to get what they call a Lucky Day scholarship.
Oh,
and
no,
if she
no, I
does
got friends
that,
that did that.
yeah, she's got a lot of references, man, so it looks good. But he, about 4 or 5 years ago, he really started getting into sports. He wants to play baseball. He's a big loves fishing. The kid will wear me out about fishing.
Yeah, you showed me this bass that he caught the other day. I was like, how big was it?
It was right at 8.
8 pounds?
Yeah.
And y'all got it mounted for him for Christmas?
And we gave it to him for Christmas.
How excited was he?
Shoot, man, it's I ain't gonna dude. Little dude wear me out, man. He's something else. But he's played football. The doctor actually chewed me out and say, "Look, man, you need to let this kid be a boy. Every year we have to go for an ultrasound, EKG, all that stress test every year. But man, everything's fine. He's my little hero. I tell everybody that." And, he plays football. He plays baseball. It looks like next year he's big into hockey right now, which
really?
Hockey is here now.
Yeah, they played at the Coliseum.
When this happens, he was coming back?
Daniel Kutch's
youth league, bro.
Yeah. They're playing it at the Coliseum, right?
Playing at the Coliseum.
Yeah.
They actually, I think I just give them a little prompts. They're doing a good job with it. They just played a little team out of Pensacola.
Oh, so they're getting publicity now.
They're getting a little bit. They got a nice little Facebook.
What's the team?
It's I have to pull up on Facebook. I'll
Mini
send it to you.
Seawolves. That's what the only thing.
But they got like 9 and 10.
They need to bring back the
11 and 12.
Seawolves.
Bruh,
That was so much fun. Just going to Coliseum.
They need to bring back the Fire Dogs. Maybe we should start.
One word from actually they need to bring back not the Seawolves, not with Seawolves. Who was the team before that?
I don't remember before the Seawolves.
I think it was Roger Maxwell. Do y'all remember that?
Yeah, Roger Maxwell. Duh, that was Seawolves. That was
Beat you to sleep, bro.
Yeah, he was my favorite. He would beat up any, and whenever he went in, you knew that the fight was about to go down.
That's what he was there for,
That's
bro.
all he was there for.
Yeah.
Actually, I met somebody who knew Roger Maxwell, and they were talking about him one day, and they picked up the phone and called him on the phone because I was like, "No, you don't." And they call him, and I'm like, star-shocked a little bit. I was star-studded, and I was just like, I didn't even know what to say.
I think that was the best times, though, in the hockey back then.
Loved it.
I see. We would go and stay in Gatlinburg a lot, and then little Tommy's dad, Big Tommy, which is like my uncle godfather, he lived in Knoxville at the time, and I got hooked on the Knoxville Cherokees. Well, he worked for like Lamar Signs. Remember Lamar? Tommy Soche has ISC image striping company.
Tommy was right there with me and helped me with little Donnie, dude, and sponsored my my Neptune trailer for the Trident Foundation. If you look on it, his logo's on it.
Yeah, so
Tommy.
he brought
shout on him.
So he got tickets to the floor of the Knoxville Cherokees,
Yeah.
and I got hooked. Because it was like floor seats and just
hockey's
watching
fun.
fist fighting. And
I just wish that they had it when we were kids because I feel like I would have been good at it. Once I watched the Mighty Ducks the first time, I was like, holy shit, I needed to be one of the Smash Brothers.
I just want to take somebody out.
Yeah.
Man. I want to be a Roger freaking Maxwell, dude.
We all want to be Roger Maxwell.
Yeah.
Roger Maxwell, if you're out there, we got a spot at our table for you.
Right here, Roger. Yeah. I'll tell you another one you got that used to play, dude, and he's a local builder, too, and y'all probably don't even realize it.
Who's that?
Brandon Elliott with Elliott Holmes.
Elliott Holmes? I didn't know that he played there.
Dude, he was on the championship team, man.
Really?
That's how we kind of, we've been built
I
our
did not
relationship
know
about
that.
12 years
so we
ago.
know Dean Hewlett pretty well. He played for
That's
him.
my Friday lunch crew right here. He played Seawolves, played professional hockey.
Wow.
But I was there the day that they won the Kelly Cup. I remember it very distinctly.
He
Hey,
knows.
B, you see that?
he knows. We got me, Jake.
Maybe if they're doing the hockey now, it would really just be the bee's knees if we could do like a Seawolves reunion with Jourdan and Matthew, and we all go out there and they all wear their jerseys and we go do a little puck passing, a little triple deke, as they say.
Hold on, this thing right
Throw
here.
you a little thing out.
So
go ahead.
I got to tell you a story on this. We all went to Boogie's, which I love Boogie's. Right there in Biloxi. You ever been to Boogie's?
No, I haven't.
It's kind of like Roadhouse.
I know
It's a pool table, got a good little steak sandwich.
I'm old, bro.
I know, but
It's new. It's new.
It's
right
across from Edgewater Mall.
Yeah, it's where the Tulane, right next to
Little
Tulane,
Boogie's.
little Tulane building.
Okay.
Just some darts.
I know you're talking about.
Darts, pool table, dart bar, kind of like the Project Lounge. Just chill. We're all sitting around the bar. Dean doesn't like talking about his hockey because he knows he's going to come on and talk about hockey with us. He talks
Humble.
about,
He's
he's very
humble.
humble about it, but like. So we all sit around this table. It was me, Jake Carter, John Carter, Branch Volier. I mean, a few of us, and we were all just like, when I think Dean went to bat. I don't know what Dean was doing, but we bought his cards. We just bought his cards. I found this one. I found this signed. He didn't sign it for me.
That's
so
awesome.
that day we bought cards, but when we all got him in and we took pictures of it, I remember humble thing was like he was pumped that we like
took note.
And we all have his cards.
Yeah, like if I pulled out a Handler jersey right now and asked you to sign it, you'd be like, "Holy shit, where'd you find that thing?"
Yeah, you ain't gonna find that, dude. It wasn't about that. It wasn't about that.
But it's kind of it's a cool thing though. It's like even if you like you did your Pirates, that's still, I mean, that's more than most people have done. So it's like having them
and you're a champion
memories. And
you know, my dad, I remember winning the championship in Pee Wees whenever I was a kid. The first time we won it a few times, but as the Falcons, yes. And to me, I'm young, and I've got, you know, just the world at my fingertips and the rest of my life ahead of me, and I don't have a care in the world. And my dad sat us all down, the whole team, and he's just like, y'all enjoy this. More than half the world goes by without even knowing the feeling of being a champion. And you covet this because you may never be a champion again at anything you ever do. And then I'm just like, yeah, whatever, shut up, man, I'm going to play football. Yeah. But how true did his words hold? You know, and you know, I would be willing to say that a lot of the kids on that team with us never were champions again at anything.
Hey, did you believe that and since he's 12 years old, he's been the same size?
Yeah, they call me Matthew the Man-Child.
He's in the same height. He's in the same size.
Yeah. Wow. You can ask Ken Glavin. I broke his son's collarbone whenever we were Pee Wees.
So when he played, he was this size playing like I guess I'd say minor, like the majors.
Yeah, 11, 12 years old.
And he was just.
He was 165 pounds.
5'11".
No, I was 200 pounds. I had to lose weight. I had to lose weight to play.
So these kids had I used to go with him. I'd stay at his house, and his mom had a minivan, and I would go to his games, and we'd ride together and I'd watch him play. But like they would disqualify.
Bring my birth certificate with me. They make me show my birth certificate everywhere I went.
So we would have a few games where they actually just quit. They just said we're not playing against some kids because not only we had a few other kids, but like he was just.
We were talking about coaching earlier and like the difference between our coaching that we grew up with and then the modern coaching that you see now. Well, I was raised with the old school coaching.
It's kind of like Ronnie Dom, Blue Gills.
Ronnie Dom,
was his coach.
What?
Yeah, Ronnie Dom. That was my.
That's funny. Me and his brother-in-law Elvin Battaglia. I know Elvin really good. We grew up together, bro.
Elvin, shout out to Elvin and Ronnie.
Elvin.
I played with Steve Jocko and Jimmy Williams.
Those are good people too. But Ronnie and my dad are still close. Ronnie builds houses.
40 Hill.
Yes, he does.
My dad puts all the windows in them. They put trains in these houses.
He put some trains on some other houses. Ronnie Dom is a good dude, bro.
I love Mr. Ronnie, man. He's always been like a second father to me.
Freaking giant.
And as you said, you know, earlier about your coaches growing up, you were just like, you know, some of them were like my second father. Ronnie was definitely a second father.
Dude.
Still is.
I got to say, though, real quick, the D'Iberville High School situation, you're there. I miss the D'Iberville High School. I'm sorry to cut you off, but like the old high school that we used to go to the games.
Yeah,
I miss that stadium.
The Rock is still there.
It's still there. That's where we still play.
When they did the new school or whatever,
we still played the old stadium.
Play at the old stadium.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
It gets rocking in there.
So they don't have a stadium up there.
No.
So I do business with Troy Busanelli, Cafe New Orleans, which is right there. And like whenever he first opens this restaurant, I'm like, dude, you got to capitalize on this. And he's looking at me smiling like, oh, I do.
Oh, he does, and you better have a receipt in your window if you park in his parking lot game night. Because you'll get towed.
No shit, I didn't know that.
Really?
Well, they had one of the.
But he's good. But we actually meet. We had a big, not to cut you off. We had a big group that meets every Friday before the games when they have home games. And Troy and Cafe New Orleans do a great job.
Shout out Cafe New Orleans.
Killer freaking pork chops, bro.
Oh, killer
we
everything.
We need to go because I didn't know they still
Let's
use
go.
the same stadium.
Well, he had one of the light poles from that old baseball stadium right there fall on his building during his last hurricane.
Yeah.
Did you play baseball on that baseball field?
Dude, I couldn't see the ball, bro.
Because it was all right.
Yeah,
I mean, I
what
played baseball.
Kind of vision we talking here?
But I've been alive for 34 years, and they played football at that stadium for 34 years. I played football at that stadium when we played against the D'Iberville. But I've never seen anybody play baseball on that field.
No, I actually played Babe Ruth. Remember Babe Ruth?
I remember Babe Ruth. I played Babe Ruth.
I played Mr. Larry Hardy. Give him another shout out. And matter of fact, his nephew Dylan Hardy. I don't know if
I know
you're familiar.
Dylan. I played against
for
Dylan.
the Boston.
Who were you sponsored by? Because I miss them old days. Where like the jerseys were just straight up custom Jacko's custom cabinets.
Yeah. But we played at that field, man, and Cafe New Orleans wasn't there.
Yeah, they weren't there back then.
It didn't have a net either. And if you actually hit. Y'all see how close the houses are right there.
They are close.
But I tried baseball, dude.
Wasn't your thing?
Wasn't happening, bro.
No.
Mine was football, believe it or not, basketball, and I threw the shot put.
I threw shot put.
Can you drink beer there now?
Where?
Football games.
No.
Really?
No.
Not yet.
It depends on who you are. Wow. If you bring that styrofoam cup up in there.
Have you seen 2020? Have you been on TikTok? Are you saying they
Are
can't?
you on TikTok? Have you seen any TikTok? I know your kids are on TikTok.
Yeah, I
dude.
know. You said that.
They gotta be. We're on TikTok. We just created a Jourdan and Matthew TikTok about a month or two ago, and we've got some TikTok videos out there. They're not any good. Not in comparison.
We're not putting any effort in it. We're
They're
just
not
like,
like they're not like the naked lady TikToks.
No.
It was every time I get on there, I'm like,
So this must be state law, huh?
Well, as far as bringing alcohol in the
yeah,
hospital.
no, I
just
think
sell
that's a big no.
Yeah,
no.
You know how much money
that's a
this?
big-
You know how much money this
They
store?
just started doing it.
Why
in
you
college
think
stadiums.
NCAA did it, brother?
Yeah,
they
just
wasn't
started
dumb.
doing it.
Yeah, they're not
money.
dumb.
Yeah, I mean, I think if all the schools, that would help out big time because I would actually, not even a big DI Warriors fan, not even St. Martin fan, but football, like Friday night football,
Football is football.
yeah,
It
a
breeds-
cold beer.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't go wrong with it.
Well, they did start televising these games.
Biloxi Indian fan too. Don't leave them out because they get very
They
Where's
did start
Biloxi? Where's
televising
Biloxi at?
these games last year. Have you seen these?
south of D'Iberville.
I've never heard of Biloxi.
God, I'm
So I
going to get
started
hung for that.
about 2 years ago. They started streaming the high school games live. I was actually at Judd's at Tailgaters. Shout out Tailgaters the other day. And this probably was right during this season, but they had Biloxi high school football game up on the TV, and I'm like, damn, I've watched like the St. Martin games. I think there's a station out of Jackson County that does all the Jackson County schools, but there's another one that does all the Harrison County schools. So that's just an untapped network. We were kind of talking about it.
Very untapped. And then Jeremy and Kevin Roberts from D'Iberville, and Jeremy Forehand, give him a little shout out. And that's what I was telling y'all before we came on to Mr. Billy Forehand, who was part of our
Oh yeah, Jeremy's
chain
mother-in-law was my teacher.
crew. Yeah, and Alan French, man, just praying for them and their family.
Yeah.
But they actually do a Facebook Live for every D'Iberville game, and they do a great job. I've actually been on their live show.
That's awesome.
A few times.
That's cool.
To help sponsor it because you got to pay, especially when you get into playoffs, you got to pay the state, things like that.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
the best thing about football when we went to school at St. Martin, I liked the football game, but not 20 minutes after there. We had pallets, a fire, and a keg. Every
Same
time.
here.
Like, we
were
didn't know.
good. We were good.
We had a keg.
Don't try this at home,
Yeah,
kids.
nobody.
No.
We had a keg, iced down keg. We were ready. I mean, we would have bonfires right behind the school.
I got in trouble for buying beer in my football
So
jersey one time.
you want to talk about kegs? Y'all probably don't even know. I'm gonna go old school here.
You do a keg stand?
No, brother. We used to go to the sawdust piles. We
rode four-wheelers out there.
Yeah, I rode.
We
I
called
rode
the
fours out
sawdust
there.
piles. Me and a buddy of mine named Jason Fayard. He was in Neptune for a little while. We used to back in my day. Jesus, I'm really telling you. I'll never forget. Lunch was 85 cents. Okay,
I think it was $1.25 for us.
Shit, man, it's like $3 or $4 now.
What?
So me and my boy would sit. Me and Jason Fayard, right where you pad to pass to pay for your lunch. Me and my boy Jason would sit right there with a like old gumbo white, like Mahoney's would send the big gallon
cup.
going. We would sit there and we know everybody had $1. So they would the 15 cents they had left. They would drop in our bucket.
That's keg money.
So at the end of the
too.
week, bro, figured it up. We would have enough to get 3 or 4 kegs legally, and would have it at sawdust piles. And
Genius.
And if you was from St. Martin, and if you
had to
was
pay.
from Biloxi, you had to pay $5.
Man, I thought I came up with that idea. You telling me y'all did that years and years
We
ago?
did that, brother, years ago,
And
man.
somebody probably did it before y'all did.
I don't remember how much we charged, but we did charge.
Yeah, nobody got a free ride.
We did. Bayou Bet was our stomping grounds, really. But there was a spot behind the old school that we would have. Remember that old spot, right behind.
Yeah. The sanctuary. That's what we called it.
And so we had that spot, and then we had Bayou
Nobody
Bet.
knows where it is.
But like everybody stayed together in our school. We were so tight knit. We were a tight knit crew. It wasn't just it was a lot of people. Everybody was just friends. We all knew Bayou Bet was about to go down, and we had enough.
Then when the cops would bust one party, we'd all stroll over to the next location.
I see Broadus at the Crockett Classic every year.
He's still alive. Yeah, he's still out there busting
every
up
year.
parties.
He's like, "Hey, remember when I arrested you?" I was like, "Oh yeah."
He's got to be like him and his wife were the ultimate Karens. They had no
Karen.
no
They're the first
jurisdiction.
Karens.
They had
Did
no
I piss more
authority.
people off on Facebook?
They would
Karen, dude.
They would just
You're a
drive to these
Karen.
parties and they'd be like, "You're not supposed to be here. We're gonna block
Yeah.
the exit until the cops get here." And we're like, "Is this what y'all do for date night?"
But that just to my point with the football games though. That was the exciting thing. Not only did you have the football, and you knew like, okay, this ain't like high school football is a little more dangerous sometimes when it's coming to when somebody doesn't like somebody. Some hits are there.
Yeah.
So not only that, you go watch hits and it's like boom, and whatever school it was, they had a party. So you knew football, party, chicks.
Yeah, you're right.
It's associated with it.
We actually got to play Mercy Cross.
Oh, well, that wasn't fair.
In the Shrimp Bowl, and I promise you that was the funnest game I've ever
Really?
had.
I played in the Shrimp Bowl one year, and I think it was 2003, maybe.
Yeah.
I got the patch on my Letterman somewhere. Cool.
And I don't all my football years. We talk about football. Is my junior high year, especially I don't know why my ninth grade year, really sticks out. I mean, my buddy Joey Bosarge, a good friend of mine, and Conrad Hamill and myself, we all ended up getting they call us conference all conference players and things like that. But it was just a remarkable year. We actually played St. Martin. God's honest truth. We played St. Martin. I think it was from some little championship or something in my ninth grade year. I don't know what it was. I was playing defensive end, and we were pretty much necking. We had them by a touchdown or something like that, and I jumped up, and somebody batted the ball, and I grabbed the ball, and I ended up intercepting it and almost taking it back to the house. Well, that ended the game. We ended up winning. So my teammates jump on me to get so excited, and I broke my ankle.
Shut up.
Swear to God. True story. You can go back and look. My godfather was there, and my mom had to take me to the hospital.
Well, there's worse ways to break your ankle.
So 91, what kind of vehicle did you drive in 91?
Dude, I drove 8, and believe me, y'all know Ken Cook?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Ken Cook, the guy, buddy of mine, Mark Brown, and Mike Reed again. I drove a red Honda Civic with a hatchback. Hatchback.
Did you have a spoiler on it?
Brother, I had 415s in the back.
Damn, boy.
What? I had 415s. I had a Diablo Warrior tassel hanging from the mirror, and that thing would go.
Shook.
You know what I'm? Yeah,
I know.
So we talk about the old days, and Ken's my boy, bro. We've done so much together, and give y'all a little short fun story. We was down at Service Drive. I'm going old on y'all.
Okay. Yeah.
Service Drive. Beach Arcade drives, Jeff Fox, a lot of these guys, Yule Grace. We talking about old school dudes. They all know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Even Ivan probably even knows. Yeah, but they asked me to take my car one day and said, "Hey man, I want to take your car. We're gonna get some gas." So I'm all right. So man, I'm watching my clock, dude. An hour, 2 hours pass by.
Sweating bullets.
Dude, I'm like, I'm telling this other chick, I'm like, at one school, I said, "You're probably going to have to bring me home. Dudes ain't coming back. What's the deal?" And next down there, bam, a Honda freaking horn, bro.
Yeah.
Like a Prius. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, they coming down, it's freaking Kingdom's hanging out the freaking windows and shit and hollering, "Handler." So Handler, by the way, actually, they always called me Handler, Handla.
Handler.
I had a personalized license plate when I was in school. He goes, "Man, go look in the hatchback, bro." And I go look in the hatchback. And there's about 8 cases of beer in a hatchback. He goes, "Look at your tank and look at your needle," and it's pegged out at full. And I'm like, "Bro, what did y'all do?" "Well, we went to this gas station, backed up to the door, we Rambo'd this. Then we went to the gas station over here and filled the car up." He said, "We're good." I said, "Man, my freaking tag says Handler on the bag, bro." And I'm like,
"So you're a felon now?" Is what you're telling me.
Anyway, well, we never got in trouble, but man, it's just some of the old school stuff we used.
Yeah, we were all
back then. They didn't have a lot of cameras or even phones.
No.
So you're good.
Yeah. As long as your parents didn't see
you didn't
okay.
have Sun Herald. Yeah, you did.
But you know what? We communicate. Dude, kids now, we communicate a lot. We was always together. And it drives me a millennial, I guess, whatever. Even having an 18-year-old, I've never seen kids that don't communicate. I mean, you just don't talk.
This is true. That's why we enjoy this table. We talk about it a lot. It's like, how often do you have a conversation with a person? Because we do.
Yeah, all the time. Yeah. And it's good. It's good for the soul. It's good for the mind.
It's good to talk.
So, Donnie, look, you're a big hero in my book, man. You do a lot for the community. You're a great father. You're an idol at Neptune. You're high up there. You put it all together. Is there any final things you want to shoot out to the listeners of Kathy and Susie's kids? And if so, we want you to come back. We want you to come back for more of these if you don't mind.
Man, you don't even, the honor when y'all asked me to come do this, bro, it was my honor because it means a lot to me for y'all to even do that. I'm always passionate about the coast. I'm passionate about my family. I'm passionate about the kids on the coast. And man, look, that's what it's all about. I guess the biggest thing is, always take care of your brother, man.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
And you never know what the future brings. Man, one day might be some politics involved.
There ain't no joke. Look,
Hey.
Donnie needs to run for president of the United States of America. And if anything other than that, maybe some local politics.
Oh, for sure. I think some stuff might happen. In,
you got a good following.
2022, huh?
I'm not the only person that looks up to you.
Just 2022, right?
No, yeah, I hear. Yeah, close,
cool.
but yeah, it is 2022. Yeah,
no, it's 2021. You guys are crazy.
No, what he's talking about. There's something's on.
If he runs, it's gonna be 2022.
Oh, okay. We're yeah.
But no, man, I appreciate. I'm pushing 50, dude, and it's being an old Gulf Coast kid and from the point.
50's the new 30.
And where we were at with my family and where we're at now, dude, I am really, really, truly blessed.
It's that old man strength, dude. Yeah. It's that old man strength. So, all right, guys, we appreciate y'all tuning in to another episode of Kathy and Susie's Kids. This is Matthew, Brooks,
and Jordan. We'll see you next time.
And Donnie. Yeah, we're signing out.
Make sure you like us on Facebook, YouTube,
do that,
Spotify, Audible. I mean, we're on iTunes. I mean, you just type in Jourdan and Matthew. And
if you ever want to get made a fool of, you guys go down to Crooked Letter CrossFit and work out next to this guy right here. He'll put you in the check real fast.
Come get you some.
See y'all next time. Thank y'all.